Happy Sunday, it's Nick, and normally I would be doing a coffee with Nick, but I don't have any coffee. I came over this morning to our shop to do some cleaning and some organizing. Actually, right now I'm waiting to get this computer up and running so that we can have a computer here at the office. And I thought I'd just give a little bit of, if you're a small business person, if you're interested at all, for a lot of people probably won't be very interesting, but we have to have certain things for us to just run the business. And this office space is not the most exciting space to be in. I definitely have had spaces that I've liked more, but what I do love about this space is it's 5 minutes from my house, and that is awesome. And mostly what we do here is store things. We don't do much here, but it's kind of a necessary evil, unnecessarily gotta have a place to store things so people have access to things. Sometimes we have to do work here. So yeah, this is the very unexciting small office that we have. Kind of jam it in here, and then we go outside. You can see some of the vehicles that we have, and we don't have all of our vehicles here, but our van is mainly used to move doors around. That's our Kia that that our project manager was using, and that's one of the trailers that just came back to the office. But this is the very unexciting building that we work out of, and really just kind of store stuff. It drives me crazy because there's no way to really keep it clean all of the time. What I came over to do this morning was blow out all of the dust that accumulates in here. So this is just stuff we have to have, like scaffolding. We did some wallpaper installation testing on that wall. We've got ladders, extra ladders, and more scaffolding up on top. The stuff that you have to have, and I think we do a better job than most painting companies getting rid of things and not storing a ton of stuff. We do have somebody on staff that is a little bit of a hoarder. I won't point out any names, but that's his corner. So we've been in a lot of spaces over the years. I think I just counted up. This is our 7th literally location in 26 years. And the 2nd time we've been in this building. We used to occupy, and I should never have moved out of it actually, to save myself a lot of money in the long run. But at the time I moved out and went back to my house. But that end corner unit was, we were there for 2 or 3 years, I think. Back in the faux finishing days, I had an upstairs loft, which actually when we moved into this space, I was hoping we had the loft space, which we kind of do, but it's not built in a way to use it. So we just use it for storage. So at the other place, they have a bigger thing like that because the building is turned. So the door is on the backside in the middle, and then the office is literally on the front, and then the whole upper was a mezzanine with a stair. It was really nice. I think if that space ever came available, I'd probably go take it again. But yeah, we've been here since September. It's not very exciting. I'm hoping to basically give this space to our marketing manager. We'll call Diego our marketing manager. He was my intern when he was in college. We brought him on in February. He worked for us just a couple hours a week, got to know him. He was getting to know us. And then he graduated from UCD down in Denver. And then we brought him on, and we're trying to get him to a full-time capacity, but he's not quite there yet. I don't think he's done a full 40 hours with us yet. Anyways, those are plans we need to talk about. Yeah, so not very exciting for our homeowners. Like, most homeowners don't care that we have a shop, but it does show that there are some things that go into our pricing that somebody else might not have. I remember early on in my career, I was talking to a customer who was actually a real estate agent that I was doing the bid for his house, and we were more expensive. He says, "Why are you so much more expensive?" And I was like, "Well, we're a bigger company and we have expenses and I have overhead," but I didn't know how to really communicate that. But here's what I've come to learn about being a bigger company. It does provide a lot more security for homeowners. Case in point, someone gets sick. If you're dealing with a really small company and they only have 1 or 2 painters, How are you going to get those projects done? I believe this helps us stay organized. Having the office, having all of the things that we need if something runs out. We have a whole system of what we call logistics. We have logistics managers that move all of our trailers around and make sure that the guys in the field have what they need when they need it. A lot of that kind of goes into what we do. But again, not super exciting, not something that our customers will be like, oh my gosh, they have such an amazing office or anything like that. But it is stuff that goes into, do what we do. And, we've been around for 26 years. We try to keep the overhead as low as possible. I think over the years I have made maybe some bad moves on, what I thought our needs were for, office and whatnot. And we've just done a better job, or I've done a better job in the last couple of years of figuring out how do we do more with less. One of the things that we're working on right now is 24-hour, 7-day-a-week answer using AI. And so we're hoping that our customers feel comfortable, conversing with an AI agent. And that technology has become amazing. Over the years, we've really downsized the staff of office as much as possible. Again, because it adds a little bit to the experience, but it doesn't help us create a better paint job, in any way. So we have to figure out ways, how do we continue to offer, top-notch service, communicate well with our customers, but keep the expenses down. Case in point, I at one point had 3 people in my office. And even at that, they were telling me they needed help. And then we really figured out how to get more efficient, create better systems in our office. And so right now I have one virtual assistant, and then gonna not get rid of her as we get an AI agent, but she won't be, for the most part, answering phones anymore. But she'll be working on other things for me, maybe becoming more of an assistant for me, getting things done so I can be more efficient, in the things that I'm doing. So that's it for Coffee with Nick for this morning. See you.